What's up, guys? This is Corey, also known as QC Rideshare, just hitting you with another one. And so I did want to hit you with a two-part video. The first part, real quick, just wanted to let you know I'm doing my ship thing today, and it's so funny. I haven't done a full day of shipped in a while. I haven't really got it really in with shipped in a while. I did like picked up side orders, and today I got on a schedule and was just working them, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I enjoyed my time doing ship today. It was so fun. It's just kind of breezing through orders, and yeah, so I'm gonna be hitting you with some more ship videos, just letting you know how I'm grinding with that. But today's video is more on another downside. I told you I was trying to come with the positive, but this is one on another downside. So I just got a phone call from Tackle. And I kind of thought something from the very beginning was a little bit different, because whenever the representative, his name is Greg, he started off the conversation by saying, "Hey, this is Greg from Tackle. I wanted to talk to you about your account, and I saw your video online." Okay, that's fine. A lot of people saw the video. A lot of people had a lot of thoughts about Tackle and have been sharing them with me. And like I said, I don't root for any of these platforms to be their demise. I always root for them to do better. So mine was, I think, more of a critique and some frustration about how they handle things. But, you know, he says, I'm going to send you, I'm calling you to let you know that I'm going to send you an email about one of the choices that you said you were comfortable with. Which is kind of weird, because why would you need to send me a email about, why would you need to call me to let me know you're sending me an email? But no problem. And so he says, I just wanted to go over that because, it didn't look like you got the job done to the customer satisfaction, and now we've lost that customer. And so I always find it interesting when these platforms try to put everything on their provider as if they do nothing wrong. So I said, you know what? I think the customer was lost also when they put in for a $48 quarter acre, less than 6-inch mowing job, and I had to show up to their location and say, oh, you have up to a ½ acre and your grass is over 6 inches, and so instead of the $48 that you were looking for, it's actually going to be $78. That loses a customer because it feels like a bait and switch. It feels like I agreed to one thing, next thing you know, I'm walking out the door. I agreed to buy a Honda, and next thing you know, I'm walking out with a Cadillac. It feels like a bait and switch. And so I said, that's part of the issue. He was like, no, the pictures that you sent us didn't match what we expect to get done in the job. And I'm like, wait a minute. Your representatives told me that it wasn't the pictures that I sent in, that it was that the customer sent them pictures and said that it was an issue that you saw there. So now you're switching your story. And so he's like, well, I said, what has to happen is, I said, there has to be more information that you are needing to provide for what needs to be done. So let's start here. If you guys are reviewing these jobs when they're submitted, what are you doing to review it? Like, I don't understand. If I put in a job and it says under review for a lawn mowing job, there's only a couple things that you can actually be reviewing. There's the size of the lot, there's the height of the grass, and the availability, the schedule. That's the only thing you can review. So why are you reviewing jobs and you guys aren't reviewing the size of the lot is? Most people don't know the size of their own lot unless they're going to sell it or they recently bought a house. You guys aren't reviewing anything, and you're leaving it up to the provider to have this conversation, and then the customer, although they may not overtly express it, they're frustrated with the customer, with the provider, because now it seems like they're getting taken advantage of. I had another customer that I didn't even speak about. I said, look, same thing happened. She didn't want to talk to me the rest of the time I did her lawn because she felt as if I took advantage of her. So I said, that's an issue. I said, the issues that I hear from representatives all over the country is they don't provide enough information, I said, and even you guys are even seeing that you're not doing that you don't even have the pricing right, because that's why you're adjusting the prices. Oh, well, we adjust prices all over. No company comes in and launches on Monday and raises prices on Tuesday unless they see there's a substantial problem. He was like, well, supply and demand. Yes, you raise prices because you can't get providers to do the jobs that you want done. So you're stating that you want providers to do these jobs, so you're actually raising the price. That's the supply and demand that you're talking about. And he was like, well, you know, you're in the mowing business, and so you need to make sure. I said, wait a minute, let me stop you right there. I work in the gig economy. I'm not in the mowing business. I said, and you are not recruiting people in the mowing business or any other profession. You guys are recruiting people, the average Joes, to use their tools, to use their supplies, to use the things that they have in order to complete jobs. I said, otherwise, you're not allowing me to come to get, you know, commercial grade equipment and mow 30 lawns on his block and knock it out. Like, really, Tackle won't even let you schedule 2 jobs within, I think, 2 hours of each other. So you guys are sitting there and you're saying you're professional this, but you're not hiring professional this. You're not even seeking professional this. And frankly, you don't pay enough to get professional anything. You guys are getting the average Joe. So with the average Joe, there is an inherent issue that you're going to run into. There's going to be people who get jobs done that they're not happy with. That's fine. There needs to be a way of resolving that without saying you can't do this anymore. So I said, and I kind of noticed that he had really watched my video, because he started stating stuff from my video, which I find funny because it seemed like the reason for his call was more related to that video than my account. Because I think if I did that video and not had an issue with my account, he would have called anyway. So he says, I'm not going to explain my business model. I'm not asking you to. But what I am going to explain to you is what you're seeking for in this industry. And when you, like I said in that video, when you take on that grit of we're going to financially support people, you have to be ready for what you're willing to do. I mean, what's involved with that. And so they can sit there and so the conversation went back and forth. And so then he says, well, and I told him, I said, you guys haven't really responded to some of the other issues that I've sent in to request get resolved. And his response to that, well, maybe it's the way you're delivering it. You know, anytime I see a 12-minute video talking about talking about my company, I tend to take that a little bit wrong. Excuse me? So basically, you're telling me that you're calling me not about my account, but about my video. Because again, would my account even be handled with any kind of delicacy if I didn't post a video? Secondly, when I post a good video about Tackle, you retweet it, you like it, you ask me to do a provider spotlight, you chop up my video and put me on your testimonials for providers, you put me on a national NBC News feature. All things I say great, but that doesn't change my objectivity. I am still going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. If you saw videos about Uber and Lyft, you hear me talk about the positive, but you've also heard me talk about the negative. If you've heard me talk about Instacart, in my review, I talked about all the great things, and then I talked about the negatives. I'm always going to do that. And I think what needs to be understood is that as part of the gig economy, these companies, Uber, Lyft, Postmates, DoorDash, Instacart, Shipt, Tackle, all these companies view you as cogs, a means to an end. Because what Tackle sees you as is a 9% service fee and a 30% commission. That's it. Because that's all you have in it for them, is 9% service fee, 30% commission. With Uber, depending on when you sign up, you're a 20% commission or a 25% commission, depending on when you sign up. Same thing with Lyft. You know, all these companies have your number prefigured out. And as long as you're saying, oh, I love you, oh, you're doing great, oh, you're the best thing in the world, they will love you. But the minute they start trying to bully you, that they start trying to threaten you, the way that they're trying to say, oh, if you don't play ball, essentially, then understand your value. There is no Shipt if there is no you. There is no Instacart if there is no you. No Uber, no Lyft, no Postmates, no DoorDash, no Tackle. If there's no you, if there's no person who is willing to stand up and do the jobs, or stand up and say, you know, I'm willing to do it, but I'm doing it for self, there is no one of these companies. I've said this before. My background's in finances. These companies lose money. And so the only way they prove that they're viable business strategies is if they can prove they can make money. You are a business. The only way it's worth it for you to do any of these platforms is if you make money. But never put their money over your money. And so if Tackle doesn't want to activate me, fine. I don't care. That's why I talk about multi-platform. I talk about how I want to be on Uber, Lyft, Postmates, DoorDash, Instacart, Shipt. If Tackle wants to be part of that, great. If they don't, because the reality is, looking at the volume that Tackle gets, and I know a number of providers in my area, outside of mowing lawns, which ends in about 2 months, they don't have enough. So they can sit there and they could try to bully me, they could try to bully you, they could try to bully any of us, but as long as you understand human capital and you understand that you are the important piece of every one of these companies' business plan, don't let them bully you. Don't let them try to come after you. And if they want to come after me, fine. Bigger and better fish have tried. So Greg, thanks for the call. Thanks for the content. But again, no one has ever made a phone call to me to tell me that they're sending me an email to agree to something I've already done. So you can say that you were calling about my account, but you're calling about my videos. And if you want me to stop making negative videos about Tackle, give me something positive to talk about. To the next one. Peace. Hey, what's up? You just saw that video and you like it and you want to see more information, more in depth, please go to gigessentials.com. That's gigessentials.com, and we'll be hitting you with more content and exclusive content.